Hello everyone, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So today it is class 10 for the core Java learners, and the core structure for today's class is dealing with the external files. And today we will learn how to deal with the property file, text file, HTML file, CSV, and the Excel file. So this is the course structure for today, and this for core Java course, this is the last class. So I hope it will be good for the understanding, and let's get started. So what do we have next over here is, let me open and let me go there to the, okay, sorry, not this one. Let me open first. Mhm. Where it is. Okay, here it is. So this is all about dealing with external files. So there are like the property file and the Excel file. So for the property file and Excel file, the classes that we need to deal are file input stream for the reading the class, and for writing the class we need file output stream. So we will deal with these classes for property file and the Excel file. Other than that, if we are dealing with the text file, CSV file, or HTML file, we have to use the file reader, buffer reader, and then file writer and the buffer writer for writing the files. So this is just a basic knowledge, just to differentiate between that how we are going to use different classes for these files. So now here I have given a little bit structure about that, how we will deal here. That this is the for property file, we need to make an object for the property file, and then we will use the object for file and file input stream, and then property dot load file. Same way for the text file, we will be using file f, the object for the file, the object for file reader, object for buffer reader, and then we can read it. And then for the next one, if you see here, for the HTML file, you can see we will use file writer to write the file, and if we need to read it, we can use file reader. Same way for CSV, we will use file writer, buffer writer, or file reader or buffer reader. And then for Excel file, we will use the file output stream or file input stream, depending on whether we want to write the Excel file or we want to read the Excel file. So let's get started. Uh, what do we have for different files? Like if I talk about, we have here property file, we have the text file, we have the Excel file, we have the HTML file, and then we have the CSV file. So CSV means the comma separated file, right? This kind of files we do have. So if we talk here about the property file, so here if I will talk about property file, and if I will say ABC, then I have to use dot properties as an extension for the property file. Same way, if I talk about the text file, what I have to do here is I'll be using abc.txt. This is the extension for the text file. Next for the next is for the Excel file. For the Excel file, we have abc.xls, xls and xls or x. This is the extension for the Excel file. For HTML file, if we talk about the HTML file, what do we have? If we have HTML file, then we will be using abc.html file. And for CSV file, we will use the extension as .csv. So it will be abc.csv file. comma separated file. So these are the extensions for these files, and the classes that we have to use I have already told you. Let's get started here on this. We can create a session. Let me close all of the previous classes over here. I have cleared it out. And what can we do? We can create a project as session 10. Session 10, and there is no module, and let's finish it. Now, the very first thing what we will be doing, because we are going to create the files, so the very first thing we will create a folder name as data or at the same level of the source file. So if I will do a right click on, oh sorry, not here, on 10, this is the session 10. So what I'll be doing, I'll expand it, and I will do a right click here. Once I do right click, I'll go to new. Then after new, I can go to the folder. Just click on folder and we can create a data folder over there. You can see the session 10 is selected for the data folder, and just finish it. So one folder with data name is got created over here. Now what I want to create a file over here, and if I do right click and go to new and then go to file here, if I will click on file, then in the data folder, if I want to create a file like abc.properties file, so and if I hit over here on finish, and abc file will got create over here. So in the abc file, what do? We do deal with the key and value. If I do a pound sign here, then the line will be as a comment and it will not be the part of the property file. So I can say we do have the key value pair in our property file. So in Java, basically the property file and the collection map do have the key value pairs. So as this is not the part of the file, here I can do one more thing. If I do enter here, I can put here who is the writer, like who is the let me start with the pound and then writer, and I can put the name, let's say my name Manchal, I can put it here. So this will be the just a comment. And how to do the key and value? If the key is A and I'm putting the value is 15, it will work like that. Key is B and the value is, let's say, 25, and then we can say C and then value is 35, and then D and the value is, I can say, 45. Like that it can work. Let me make it all similar. So in the A, B, C, D are the keys and the values are 15, 25, 35, 45. So this is the property file. Now what can I do? I simply can save it. It got saved now. Now we have to read this file by our coding. What we have to do then? I will create the one package here in the source folder. I have just done the right click here and go to new, and then we can create the package, and here we can simply say file handling, and then finish. So a package got created. Once I will do I will select this folder, this package, and then I can click this new Java class, and here what can we say? We can simply say handling CSV file. Sorry, not CSV, we are handling the property file, right? Handling properties file. Let's handle it, right? And then create the main method and just finish. So in this property file, the very first thing, if I will show you the structure over here, that the very first thing what we have to do, we have to create an object for the properties, the class properties, and then we have to create the object for the class file and file input stream, and then we need to load it. So how can we do that? Let me go back over here, and we can do that. Properties, let's say properties, I'm using object name as prop here, and then new, and then simply properties. So it is the object for the property class. If I hover over here, you can see import the properties file from java.util. Click on that, and it will get imported. Now it is telling that we are going to deal with the property file. Another thing, that because we have to deal with the file, so we will create an object for the class file as like this, new and file, and simply this. So if I hover over here, we need to import this file also, and just hit enter, and now here it will ask that it need an argument, and the argument is string. If I click on that, so I need to give some argument here. What the argument is, that is the path of the file. We need to give the path of the file. Where is the file? We have to provide the path of that file over here as a string value. So if I go to this abc.property file, this is the file actually, and if I do right click over here, what I need to do, I will go to the properties and I can get this path from there. This is the absolute path. The whole path is the absolute path, and generally we can take this whole path. Let's say I did copy here and cancel it, and then I put the path here. So you can see the whole path came over there with the two of the backslashes. I'll go one more time there to show you the difference. You can see there is one backslash, right? So in Java, when you are giving a path of the file, then the one backslash will automatically get converted into the double backslash, just to tell that it is not a it is not using for the tab or the new line. Like if I give you an example, in Java we generally use the backslash and this kind of things for representing the new line, and if I'm representing backslash and t, it is for the tab. So here the double backslash is representing that it is related to the path of a file or some folder. So now what is this? This is the absolute path, because it is starting from the drive C. But we do not need the whole path, because if I'm sending the file, this coding, to some other person, they will not be able to find the same path in their computer or in their Eclipse workspace. So what I need to do, I will delete this much part and I will select only the path from the folder data and the file property file. So it belongs to the session 10 only. So this is my path of the this is the path of my file over there. So what next I have to do, once I have created that, then the other thing is that I have to create a object for file input stream, and let's say file input stream, and fi equals to new file input stream. Let me copy this from here and Control C, and I simply can paste it here, and this is for file input stream. So if I hover over here, you can see this is asking to import, so I need to import that. If I hover over again, it is asking me the argument, so it is asking for the object for the file. Click on that and it will automatically take that. Now again it is showing the red underline over there. If I hover over here, you can see it is asking me to throw a declaration, or it is asking to surround it with the try and catch, because this is the file over there and file might be missing sometimes. So this is a kind of the checked exception and we need to handle it before running our code. So how can we handle it? We can handle it by try catch and finally, or we just simply can declare it by using the keyword throws in our method signature. So right now we do not need to surround it with the try and catch, and I simply can declare it here and it will use the keyword throw in this method signature, and it will give the exception as file not found exception over there. So that much we need to do over here. And now because this is the file, so what we need to do, we need to load it. How? Like prop dot load, and this is over here, and we can use this method like we are loading the file from here. So we simply can take this object fi to load the file over there. So let me check where it is, and now yeah, it is all okay. So now if I hover over here, it is asking me to add the throw declaration again, or to catch it with the try and catch. So the same thing we will do here. I will add the throw declaration and I can get a higher exception, that is IO exception. So this IO exception will handle both the exception, file not found exception, and also the IO exception for property.load file. Apart from that, this path we can use as, let me do control X, and I can use a variable over here as path, and I can create that variable like string path and equals to the value I can give over here. So simply this path is representing the string value and basically the path of the file that we are going to handle. So that's how we can load the file over there, and now we can start reading the property file. Now what do we have here? Let me put the statement in. Let me take prop dot get. So you can see there is a get object key, or there are other methods, right? With property string and property string key and string values. So if I just click on, let's say, get key, I will use this method first and then the file fi, and if I put this much in the sysio, let me take it and I will put this piece of code in our sysio to just get the values. So if I'll put it here and just remove this colon from there, semicolon from there, and just run the file, so you can see, wait a second, let me delete this part. Let me take that back here. Wait a second. So let me change this method, and we can have multiple methods over here like prop dot. You can see there are so many methods that are those are coming from this properties, the class properties, and you can see that it is there that clone contains object value, contains object key, and all these values, all these kind of methods are available. So we have one method over there, that is we can get the size of the properties. Let me take this method to just show, and let me take another method like we can use prop dot, and then we can go back down and we can say get object. We can see this get method, get object key. So just hit enter over there and you can see not get object, let me because we already checked this one. So dot get property, we can use this method get properties just to give one key value over there, and we can give the key value, let's say the key is a. So how it will work, and one more method I want to show here, let's say proper dot, and here we have the method, and it is get to, yeah, this is here the key set, right? You can see the key set over there. So if I click on that, and if key set or entry set, let me use the entry set so that we will get all the values. So entry set, these three methods I used here, and let me run the program. If I'll run the program now, what will happen? You can see that what is the size? We have the size in the property file. We have these 4 lines, only 1, 2, 3, 4. So the size is representing the lines. And after that, what is there? What is the key set? So key set is A is 15, B 25, C 35, and D 45. And next, the what is the value for key A? So it is 15. That's how, this is the way, that's how we can handle the property file in Java. So that is the overall coding for how we will handle the property file. And now let's start with the text file, how to handle the text file. For handling text file, let's create a class first, and the class name will be handling the text file. It will be handling text file. So let's have a main method and just finish it. And then what can we do? Because we are reading the text file, let's create a file again over here. So we will do right click on data folder, go to new, and you can go to untitled text file. Just create it like that. And now what can we do? We can say hello everyone. Hello everyone. How are you? How are you? And how's everything going on? How's everything going on? And next is, do you need any help? So this is the text. And now if I will save it, if I will click on save, then where do I want to save it? Just do expand it to the session 10, and I want to save it in the data folder. So let's select the data folder, and here I can say very easily that it is my abc2.txt file, and hit OK. So abc2.txt file got created over here. So let's close it. Then the same thing we will do here also. What's the main thing? We will create an object for file f, and it will be a new file like this. And again we have to save the path. For saving the path, we can create a string and a variable as path, and here we can give the same path. In this we can select the path similarly as we selected for the properties file. Do right click here, and you can go properties, and you can select data abc 2.txt. Just copy this much. This is the relative path. We are not going to select the absolute path, and this much is the path here, and we can simply put the variable name here. And now what we need to do, we will import it, and it is all good. Once we have done it, we have to use the object for the file reader, because we are going to read the file. So we are taking the file reader, and we can say fr equals to new and ew new, and again file reader. So just copy this from here to here, and then hover over. It will be asking you to import it, and again here it will ask the file import. So I can simply select the object for file and then hover over here, and it will ask the declaration same way, because the file not found exception may be present over there. So I have just selected that. Once we have done this, so what we have to use, we will use the buffered reader. We can say br and equals to new, again buffer reader. Let's say here to here, and then same thing. And here if I hover over, it will ask me to import. If the spellings are correct, then it will ask to import. Otherwise, it will not show you the import option. If I hover over again, it is asking the argument, and the argument section we can put fr. So file reader, and then it is all good. So that's how we will be doing the coding for that. Now the very important thing over here is that we need to close it. You can see here, this is the alert over there that never been closed. So buffer reader, we generally need to close it. So we can do br.close. And whatever changes or reading we are going to do here, wait a second, let me add throw declaration for that, and it can be handled by IO exception. Whatever changes or whatever reading we are going to do, we will be doing before br.close in between line number 15 to 17, or like line number may be increased later on. So no, don't worry, we can do simply so. And what we need to do here, we are going to br. There are multiple options that you can see over here, and here you can find one option as read line. Click that and you can read the line. If I will run this program now, you can see it will give me hello everyone. And same way, if I want to read all the lines, I need to retype it. But we do not need to retype everything. What can we do? We can use the loops over there. So let's say I want to use a while loop over here. So how can I use that? I'll be doing while, and this is the condition, and this is the body. And let's say I have a string, and the string is line, and I am giving it the value as null. for the time being. And I'm saying if my line equals to br dot read line, and the whole value, this whole value I don't want to be, let me take it from here, this whole value is not equal to null, right? If this whole value is not equal to null, then do what? Do the read line. Do what? Do br dot read line. Let me take read line. So if I'll do like that, it should read me all the lines. Let me check it here. This is going to remove line assignment and all. Okay, no worries. So far, let's run the program and check if it will work or not. So how are you? Wait a second, let me check. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back and where the file, let me open the file ABC. And so it is coming from how are you and do you need any help? So it is giving me the even lines, right? Let me check one time. What is it? And it is remove line and all assignments. Okay, there is one thing that we do not, because line we already put as br dot read line, so we do not need to put here br dot read line. We simply can say just the line, right? Let me check it if I am doing it correctly. Line will be without parenthesis, so it should be good now. So because we want to read the lines, and lines we already put that line will be holding the value as br dot read line, and when line is not equals to null, then we want to read the lines. So let's run the program and let's see if it will work for us right now or not. So it has been worked. So when we want to read all the lines, we can use any loop. Here I have used the while loop. You can use another loop also, and that will be the coding for reading a text file over there. Now the next is we can read the CSV file or the HTML file. Let me check. So we have HTML file and we have the CSV file. Let's try to read the HTML file. We are here and let's create the file and let's create a class there, and the class is handling HTML file, and this is main method and publish it. So now we have the HTML class. So to handle the HTML file, what we need to do, the very first thing will be the similar, that file f equals to new file. And here what we need to do, we need to give the path. So let's say I have the string path equals to, and here this is a null value I have to give. So let's say I want to create my file in the folder data. So do backward slash and my file will be abc3.html. So this will be my HTML file. Now what I want, I have to import the file. Before that I need to put the path here, right? I put the path here, and if I hover over here, it will ask me to import it, and I imported that. And now what I want to write the HTML file. For so far for the text file, what we did, we just read the file. Right now for the HTML, I want to write the file. So how I will be using, let me copy this part from here, Control C, and what can I do? Control V, and instead of reader, we can use the writer. And here also, instead of reader, we can use the writer, and buffer reader, we can use buffer writer, and here also we can use buffer writer, and instead of fr, we can do fw. Here also we can do bw, and here we can do bfw. So it is what we created. We created the object for file writer and the buffer writer. So if I hover over here, it will ask me to imported that. If we hover over here, it will ask me to import again, and then it will ask me to throw the declaration again, same way. So we throw the declaration also. And also what we need to do, bw dot close. We have to do. We will close the buffer reader also. And here I need to write. So how can I write? Yeah, I will be doing bw dot. we can see the method as right. Let me check. String right. And here in this string value, it's taking part. Let me put the string. In this string value, I need to give some HTML code. So let me open one notepad. In this notepad, you can see that how this is a kind of this is a kind of coding for the HTML file, right? This is the HTML opening tag, this is the HTML closing tag, this is the title opening tag, this is the title closing tag, and this is the title. And then this is the body opening tag, and this is the body closing tag. And here I have said, hello everyone, how are you? How are you? So that's how I have written some part over here in this body of this HTML file. Let me copy this code from here, copy this, and what I will be doing, I want to paste it over here, paste it here. So it has automatically taken this backslash and for new line and everything, so I do not need to make any change for that. Now what do I need to do? I will simply save it, and then if I will run it, you can see in the data folder, we have two files. One is the abc.properties, next is the abc2.text. Now this is abc3.html. Once I will run it, this file should get created over here in the data folder. Let me run that. If I will run it, so let me do one more thing. After this, I want to confirm if my file got created or not. So I will be putting here file got generated. So if I will run my program right now, what will happen over there? You can see this message over here that file got generated. So it means the code has been ran through all of these programming. So what I have to do here, I will come here in this portion and I will simply refresh it. Once more I can refresh it, and then just close the session 10, and let me close it, and now one more time just refresh it and expand it again, expand the source folder, expand the oh sorry, not session 2, I have the session 10, and you can see this abc3.html file got generated. If I do right click here, and now if I will do open with, and let's say open with the web browser, so you can see that the file name is test over there, and then hello everyone, how are you is there in the body of this HTML file. So that's how we can create a HTML file. The same way, if you want to read it, you need to use the file reader over there. Now let's go to the next topic, and next will be the CSV file, right? CSV file, and then the Excel file. So what we need to do there is, the CSV file is the comma separated file, and let's write a file first. For writing CSV file, again we need a file writer and buffer writer. So let's create that, and let me first create a class handling, handling CSV file, right? Handling CSV file, and then finish. Let's do the same thing, and we have the string, and string is path, and the value is what we can simply give the string value here. Let's say data backslash abc4 dot csv, right? And then now it should be 2 backslash, right? Now it is all good. Then create a object for file class, and then it will be new, and then it will be again file, and then we can simply import this. Just import it, and we can put the value as path, string value as path over there. And then because we are going to write it, so again what we have to do, we will use the file, let's say writer, because we are going to write the file, right? So file writer, and then fw equals to, and we will be doing the file Let me copy the same thing from here, because we already used that. Why we are creating Control C, and we can simply take it here, Control V. So what I need to do, just add the true declaration and everything will be good over there. And then W dot close. BW dot close. So now how can we write it? That's the question. So BW dot, you can say write. You can see write over there. Let me take the string, and this is the value. From there, let's do it bw dot write, write file, and we have to take the string. Let's say I am going to take the string as int this first one, no worries. So if I'm saying here that I have the some name like employee, and then I am creating a comma here, and after that I'm taking the title, and then comma again, and then I'm putting salary. And after this, hit enter, and I can do bw dot new line. I can use new line, and then again bw dot write, and I can again take the string value. And here for the employee, let's say for the employee, I'm saying that Naresh, the value I'm putting for Naresh, and title, it is a lead, and the salary is, let's say 50. Let's say I'm saying just 50,000. And then again hit enter, and I'm saying bw dot new line. Why I'm using new line? If I will not use new line method over there, everything will go in one column only. bw dot, and here write again, and I will take this string one, and let's say I am putting some value again. I will explain why I'm using this. Let's say Mona, and here I'm saying that she's just a let's say HR, and let's say the salary for her also is around, let's say 55,000, this much. So this is the data for our CSV file, right? Here what we see that these values are comma separated values. So let me do one thing. If I take these values here, let me take all these values from here to here. And then further, in the further line, I am taking the, sorry, Control C, and I am putting the values here. And then further, this value also I'm taking from here to here. So what I can do, if I will, you can see all these values are like the tabular form, right? Employee, narration, Mona, title, lead, and this is the HR, and then salary 50,000 and 55,000. So it is, these are the comma separated values, but these are in tabular form. So if I will go to file, and if I will save as, if I'll do save as over there, and I will save it as at my desktop as ABC, let's say not ABC, and let's say XYZ, and dot CSV file, right? So what will happen over there, just let's save it. If I saved it here, and if I'll go to my desktop, you can see a file XYZ got created. And if I open this, you can see this file will open now in the Excel file, and you can see all the values there, that employee, title, salary, Naresh, this is the lead, and 50,000, Mona, HR 55,000. So all values went into a tabular form over there. So that's how the CSV file will look like. We can create the values in the at the notepad. Those values are comma separated, and once we save it to .csv file, this file will open in the Excel. So this file we have to create by using our by using our Java programming on our Eclipse. So how can we do that? I have already written the whole code by using the file writer and the buffer writer, and the object for file, class file, and the taking a variable path also, right? So now if I will run my program, then what will happen, because we are writing the file, so you can see here there is no file, right? If there is abc.properties, abc2.txt file, abc3.html, and now if I will run the program, abc4.csv should get generated over there. Let me save it first, and then if I will run it, you can see. Now, let me put the message again, syso, and I can say file got generated for the confirmation. Correct. Generated. So if I will run my program now, you can see the message. So it means the file really got generated. What I need to do, I will refresh it here one time. I cannot see. So what I will be doing, just close the data folder and refresh it. Refresh and just try to open it again. Not yet. So close the whole package, whole project, and then refresh it. Once you refresh, then expand sessions 10 again, and you can see the abc4.csv file got generated. Now if you will open it here, it will open as this. So that is the CSV file. That's how we can generate it. Now the final thing left over there is the Excel file. So what is the Excel file? The Excel file is something for which we need the Apache POI, from the library of the Apache POI, to get the connections. So let me first create a class here, and classes handling the Excel file, and we will use the file input stream over there. Just finish it with the main method. And other than the ABC, other than the property file, I am going to close all the other things here. Let me close this one also. Let me close the CSV also. And I'm putting it, because why? Because we need file input stream or file output stream. So this is why what we did here, we were reading the file. Let's say in the Excel sheet, if we need to write something, how can we do that? Let me take that. So for the Excel file handling, the very first thing that what we need is the Apache POI library. For that, let's browse and let's search for the Apache POI. Apache POI download, right? And you can see here that Apache POI download, release, artifact are over there. So if I will click on this link, you can see there are multiple options, like the source distribution, binary artifacts, and many more. So what we have to do, we will go to this binary artifacts, and you can see all the archives for all prior releases. Just click on that, it will take you here, the binary artifacts. Just click on that, and now you can see there are multiple options, right? So this is 2009 option, that last modified, and if you go down, you will get the latest one. Just need to scroll down, and you can see that there is a zip folder, right? This is the zip folder here, poi-bin 5.2.3, and this. So we need this zip folder for poi, and it is updated in 2022. So if I will click on that, it will start downloading, and once it will get download, we need to connect it. So I think I already have it in my download folder. So let me check it. Yeah, it is here. So it will get download like this. What do you have to do? You will right click on that, and you will do extract all. Once you will extract all, you will get this poi bin like that. If you open this now, poi bin, if you open this, you will get these all these jar files, like all these jar kind of you can see this icon, all these are the jar files. So you have to connect all these jar files to your Eclipse, so that the connection for the to handle the Excel file to the Apache POI jar files will get easy. So for that, what we need to do, what we need to do, we know what is our workspace. You can see the workspace is this online class 2025. So I have to create a folder here in this workspace. So where it is, I will go to my I will go to the location over there. How can I go to the location? Let me take this. Let me go from here. I am here, and you can see that online class 2025. This is here. I'll go there, and in session 10, I'll click, and here, what can I do? Simply, I can create a folder, and just a new folder, and I can name it as boy. So now if I will open this, what I need to do here again, I'll do it this side. Let me do it window that side. And now what I want my downloads to be open to the window right side. So that's how. These are all the jar files. I will take all the jar files from here. I will copy it. Let's copy. And what I will be doing, paste here. All came. Now go to auxiliary folder, and these are all the jar files. So what I have to do, just copy, and let me select Control A, and let me copy all, and what I'm doing here, just paste. And the 8 files will be the same name. Really? 8 files will be the same name. This should not be. Okay. Let's say replace the files. Okay, maybe by mistake I copied it. No worries. Let's go back here, and now let's open XML, and let's say Control A, Control C, and what I need to do, I simply paste here everything. It got pasted. Let's go back one more time. Open this library. These are also there. So Control A, Control C, and what I need to do, paste here. So everything got updated here. So what I need to do, let's refresh it. Let's go back, and you can see this POI folder. There are all the jar files came here. Now what you need to do, you'll go to your Eclipse pack, and you have to close it, and just close it, and just do the refresh. Once you refresh and expand it, you will see the POI folder. You can see the POI folder, and all the files are here. All the jar files are here. So now you have to make the connection. So as we need the connection over here, what we need to do, we will create a reference library for the Apache POI. And to do that, the important thing is just to do the right click over there, and just let's check the properties, and then you will go to Java build path. You click on that. Once you click on Java build path, go to the libraries, and you can see this class path. Once this class path is there, what you need to do, you just simply say add jars. Just click on that, and you can see here where are all the jar files. Just expand it. All are here in the POI, and you just select it. And if you do shift and all way down with the down arrow key, you have to press shift and the down arrow key, so all will get select. And now you have to just hit OK, and all will get add over here. Just apply and close. So you can see this reference library got generated over there. Once this reference library is there, the connection between the files will be easy. Otherwise you will not be able to get the connections over there. So now what we have to do, as I want to write the Excel file, right? So what we need to do, we will be using the file output stream to write the file. And for that, let me check one thing. And if we are here in the course structure, and you can see this is the Excel file, right? So here it is there that most important thing is to download the Apache POI to get the connection for the necessary classes. That is the important thing over there. And now in the Excel sheet, what do we have? In the Excel sheet, the very first thing we have the workbook, and then we have the sheet, and then we have the row, and then cell. and in the cell we have the values. So how can we check that? Let me open one Excel sheet for you. If you see that this is the Excel sheet, right, and this is the workbook, I will open it. This is the workbook, right, workbook, and this is here is the sheet 1. So if I click on that, it will create another sheet. That's how sheets will get created once we keep on clicking on plus. And let's go here in sheet 1. And so what do we have all here? That we have the rows and we have the column, right? And what it is the cell name is A1. You can see here A1. If I select any random cell over here, you can see this is G7. So this cell is G7. Anywhere wherever you click, this will give you the cell name. So that's how this Excel sheet looks like, and we have to create the data and the connection the same way in the Excel sheet over there. So what we have to do here, very first thing is, let me go to the Eclipse with that. Let's get try to create it, and then the very first thing, we will create an object for the workbook. So how can we do that? We have to use the keyword as XSF workbook, and then we can take an object as WB for that, and we have to use it as new, and then again we have to use this class as XSF workbook over there, and then parenthesis and semicolon. So if I hover over here, you can see import SSX workbook org.apache-poi XSF user model. If you don't have this reference library here, this connection will not be visible. So the very important thing to get this connection is that you have to download the Apache POE, and all the jar files you have to connect over here with your project where you want to where you actually want to work to handle your all of your Excel files. So that is the most important thing to do over here. So if I hover over again here, I have to import it. That's it. So next thing, what is there after the workbook? The thing that come over there is XSF. That is the sheet. So we will create the object for the sheet, and it will be like SHEET, and let's say for sheet I am creating sheet number 1. So here what we have to do, we will use the workbook. And workbook it will be workbook dot create, because we are creating the sheet. So it will be like create sheet. We can use sheet. So you can see the option over there, that workbook and create sheet. So let's select the second one where the string value is there, and let's say I am going to create the sheet as let's say sheet 1. This is the name of the sheet over there, right? So that's the thing. And now after the sheet, what is there? After the sheet, there will be the rows. Very first thing, we have to connect it with the Apache POE, and let's import it. It's got imported, and next thing will be coming over there like XSF row, ROW, and we can say R1 and then we have to see, let's say sheet 1 dot create row. We can simply say create ROW row, right? We can create the row, and the row is, let's say, because what we are doing, the row will be indicated with the index number. So if I'm talking about the row 1, I have to give the index number as 0 for that. So let me import this XSF row first, then only it will be getting connected. So after the row, I'm going to create one row only, and then after the row, what is the next thing? We have to create the cell. So we can simply do R1 dot create cell, and to create cell, let's say I am using the first one, this int column index, or right, column index, and let's say I'm creating at 0, right, and I have to put it in the variable name. So the same thing we will be doing, XSF and then cell, and we can give it as a like, let's say cell 1 as a variable name, and then again we have to import it. Just import it like that, simple way, right? Now in the in the cell we can put the value, right? So what can we do? We simply can say cell1 dot set set cell value. We can see set cell value. There is a method where it is set cell value. There are many methods you can check with all the methods, but let me take the very important method over the set value, and let me take the string value. Here you can see string value and just hit enter. And for the set for the value, let's say I am just putting here as um, just the title, right? And after that, the thing that we have to do is, because we have not created any file and any path so far, and no tab to create the the object for the file output stream. So what we have to do, we will create an object for the file first. File f equals to will be new file, the same way that we were doing before for the other files. And now then after that, let's say file output stream output, and it will be output stream, and then it will be file output, and let's say I am creating it as new, and it will be file output stream. Let me copy from here, Control V, and it will be the option what we have to put here in the file output stream, the file f. And let me import everything, import it, and let me import this one also. If there is no spelling mistake, it will get import. And the string we have to put here, and because we are going to write the file, right, we are going to write the file, so what we have to do, let's say string, and let's say path, and it will be equals to the path what we have to give, data and backslash, and let's say abc and 5 dot xlsx. This will be the extension, and for the backward slash I need to use it two times so that it will work. And here I have to give the semicolon, and here I have to give the path over there. And now if I will hover over on the file output stream, I have to add the throw declaration for the file handling exception, right? That much I have to do here. And after that, I simply can use the let's say this is our workbook, and in the workbook what we have to do, we have to write the file, right? So what we will be doing, wb dot, we will use the method write, and we have to give the output stream object as fo there. And once we give that, we have to hover over and add the throw declaration, and it will be all good to work. And as the file output stream is open, so we can use fo dot close method to close it. And then to confirm that our file got right or not, we simply can give a message here that file got generated. File got generated. Let me now, what we are going to do, just sheet 1. In the sheet 1, I have created a cell as a cell 1, and it index is 0, and row also row 0, index 0 and row 1 it will be. And just the title, the value I have put it as the title. More values we can put as cell 1 dot cell 1 equals to r2 dot create cell 1. Just we need to change the numbers over there. We have to change the numbering for the rows, and then we can keep on creating cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, row 1, row 2, row 3, like that. So right now just save it and run it. Let me run it. If I run it over here, so error. Okay, file got generated. No, this is not an error actually. This is because we are doing the Apache POE connection, so that's why sometimes it do show for the Excel file. So no need to be worried. Just close this session 10, and what you need to do, just refresh it and just expand it here, and just expand the data folder, and you can see abc5.xl. If you open it, it will open in the Excel sheet. And let's say install them. Okay, cancel. Not like here. Let me open it. Open with other. And if I do other, let me browse it. Let's say I am using the Microsoft Excel sheet. Okay. So you can see you can see that the title is there in cell 1. So this is our row A1, and this is the cell 1 over there, and the entry we did as title, it got generated. Let's say I am changing it. Let's say I'm changing is title has been given. Been given. Let's say I have changed this value like that. And now I saved it, and I am just going to run it. And once I ran it, what I need to do is, okay, it is showing the exception. Why it is showing the exception? Because the file is open. So what I have to do is I will close it first. Let me close all the Excel files. Don't save. And once I go back here, I will run it again, and you can see that the message is there that file got generated. Just close it here. What you need to do is just close it here and refresh it once. Once you refresh it and open it, you can see file is here, and open it once with the Excel file. Okay, not with that. I don't want to open that with like this. Open and show ID extension for the file type, and let me install them. Okay, I need to open it. Okay. Okay, that thing I really don't want to do right now. So let me open with other, and simply open with the browser, the Microsoft worksheet, and it will open. So you can see in this cell A1, this is the title has been given. So that's how the Excel sheet will be handled by our Java programming on Eclipse. So I hope it is quite understandable, and the difference is very clear about all the files. How do we handle them? How do we handle them all over here? I have talked about the five types of files: CSV file, Excel file, HTML and property, and the text file. So if it is helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. And I'll say thank you very much everyone for supporting me, and stay tuned. Thank you.